move on to number 13.
The batter who batted out of order is the person declared out.
That's also wrong. All right, so I'm going to read you the rule. The proper batter is the one called out. Any hit or advance made by the batter or runner due to the hit, walk, error, or any other reason is nullified. The next batter is the one who follows the proper batter who was called out. Okay, and that's rule 6.07 B1. Okay, and basically what they're talking about here, let's say I'm the batter, I come up to bat, and I have 2 strikes on me. I say 0-2 count. And then all of a sudden the other team notices that, hey, you batted before Rob batted before Johnny. It's Johnny's turn to bat. Okay. I'm not called out, and neither is Johnny. Johnny's going to come up and he's going to declare that count now. He's going to have to accept that count. So he has an 0-2 count when he comes up to bat. Now, here's the other scenario. Let's say I come up to bat, I hit a double, and then Johnny comes to bat after me. He takes a strike. Okay. Now, what I did is now nullified. So Johnny will be called out because he was the proper batter. And Robert, I have to go back to bat because I have to stay in my lineup. And that's the penalty for it. Okay. Let's go to number 14.
The batter may not overrun first base when he gets a base on balls.
That is a myth. 7.08 C and J simply stated the batter runner must immediately return after overrunning first base. It does not state any exception as to how the player became a runner. It could be a hit, walk, error, or drop third strike. And that's only for first base. And the reason I tell you that, I had a situation where the batter walked. Okay, it was a runner at first, and the batter got ball 4. The runner from first was trying to steal second. Okay, he went in with a slide and he over slid second base. The catcher threw down and the shortstop tagged that runner. And because he passed that base, just because there was a walk doesn't mean he doesn't have to stay on the base. So he can be called out on an overslide. Okay, what we're talking about here is basically first base. And I know everybody says, hey, you have to turn right. It's a great practice. You overrun first base and you turn right. Okay, I get it. I love it. It's a great baseball. You're thinking, okay, but doesn't mean that, hey, I didn't turn right. Today I turned left and then return to first. There's no attempt. You have to make an attempt to go to the next base. Okay, and that's where you get yourself. So to avoid the issue, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna run through that base, and guess what? What are you gonna do, guys? You're gonna turn to the right. Okay, good job. Let's get on to the next one. Number 15.
The batter runner must turn to his right after overrunning first base.
What did I just say? Right? So that was pretty self-explanatory, and that's rule 7.08 C and J. All right, it's the same thing. He doesn't have to turn to the right. You can always turn. You can turn to the left. You can stop and spin and do a 360 for. Doesn't matter. Okay, that's number 16.
A runner may not steal on a foul tip.
What did we say about a foul tip? What's a foul tip? Right? Is it live or is it not live? Live, correct? Okay, so it's live. A base runner can run. There's nothing foul about a foul tip. If the ball nicks the bat and goes into the catcher's glove and is caught, this is a foul tip by definition. A foul tip is a strike and the ball is alive at the same time as the swing and miss. If the ball is not caught, it's a foul ball, okay? So that's the difference between a foul ball and a foul tip. All right, let's go to myth number 17.
Tie goes to the runner.
This is my favorite one here. A tie goes to the runner. No such thing as a tie goes to the runner. That's Sandlot stuff, okay? If you see a tie at first base, you put it on a suit. You put it on like that. It's a nice tie, okay? That's a tie. We don't put no ties. No ties at first. You're either safe or you're out. You can't be a tie. Plain and simple. Those are the only 2 options you have. Myth number 18.
The runner must always slide when the play is close.
There is no must slide rule. When the fielder has the ball in possession, the runner has two choices: slide or attempt to get around the fielder. Right? He may not deliberately or make malicious contact with the fielder, but he does not require to slide. If you do make contact with that fielder, I mean, think about it. You don't want somebody running into you, right? So you can slide, you can give yourself up, you can retreat, there's several things you can do. So let's try to avoid the contact. We don't need more injuries on the field. Okay, so you don't want to go and make malicious contact. It's not good. You're going to be called out. You're probably going to be ejected from the game. All right, and that's rule 7.08A3. And there's local rules and regulations that are also enforced. So like I said, make sure you know your rules and regulations, okay?
If you like the show, please do me a favor. Subscribe, right? You see it? It's right there. Subscribe, share, like, and don't forget, put that bell on. It'll ding you when I put something else on, all right?